So we're in our communications meeting right now and talking about how God has shown up through communications through over the year here. And this is going to sound funny, but it's actually super cool. Our MailChimp platform where we send out all of our Evangel weeklies each week has a 40% open rate, which doesn't sound like it's like, you know, cream of the crop, but the industry-wide standard for that is about 26 or so percent. So we're well above the average. It's a great way for our people to be in communication and aware of what's going on here at the church. And we're just glad and just praising God that He provided in those ways.
Yeah, so what's going on with the bus?
So I think one of the big things that we do is help the shut-ins, help those that can't get here. And from this week, it's Ruth Mackey. Ruth had hand surgery about a month ago and hasn't been able to get here. So I called her this week, and she's in Georgia, enjoying time with family, and promised me she's coming back so we can see her here again on a Sunday and join us on the bus.
That's awesome.
So one of the things that I really love about being able to serve on the worship team, and one of the ways that I've seen God work, has just been in the opportunity to serve with my son. I love playing music, I love worshiping, and it's just even more special as I get to do that with him. And I've seen that as just a great opportunity to grow as friends, but then also just to be able to grow spiritually together as we get to serve and think about what we're playing and the songs that we're singing. So it's just been really special, and I've seen God use that in a lot of different ways.
But trying to keep our heads afloat with so many different changes and then COVID and still figuring out how to reach our moms, and they all came back. We came back stronger than ever. Somehow we show up. We just filled in the gaps. We made it work. I don't know how, but
With babies on your hip. It's amazing what you guys do.
There's so much we could do. There's so much MOPS has potential for reaching women in our community in a non-confrontational way. I always say it's faith-based, but it's not a shove Jesus down your throat. Come, let us love on you. And they just kind of look at me. I'm like, no, you can have coffee and eat with both hands. And then they go, oh, both hands? So if you have babies, you understand that. And thank you for starting it. Thank you for bringing it. I didn't know until last year that she's the one who made MOPS happen at Evangel.
You're the OG?
Yeah, we were coming off of restructuring, right? Some of our Wednesday nights, and I was really hopeful and kind of expectant for what that would end up looking like, especially in our small group time. And a particular student who hadn't been around for months, he'd been around maybe a couple times in the last year. He came to youth group that week, and my stereotype, if you will, of this student was that he was kind of there to mess around, right? Not really there to be serious. And but I was still excited that he's back. And as we got to small group time, which had been very distracted in the past sometimes, we sat down, and man, this student he's on and just really engaged, and set a great tone for the group that we had. Great conversation, and really since then it's been really quality conversation depending on the week. But yeah, that kind of change and depth has been an encouragement. So.
Okay, I just have to share this quick little story because it is just like, I think it's so cool and God is so good. And talking about IF Gathering, planning IF Gathering right now, and our registration just closed. And this year was, for some reason, really hard to pick that number of women attendees for our planning purposes. The numbers have, fluctuated a little bit over the years, and I just felt this is going to be a year. People are hungry, people are ready, they want to come, and I think we need to go up in our numbers. But that's always hard because you don't want to plan for a high number and be, wasteful with money and the things that we purchase for IF. But I said, I think it needs to be between 125 and 150. I think there's going to be more women. And so talking, somehow I said, Wendy thought I was crazy. She's like, that's a big number. Are you sure? I said, I don't know. I just think so. said, okay, I'm going to land at the number 130. I don't know why. I'm going to land at 130. That's what I'm going to get for our stuff. That's the number I'm going with. I just had to pick a number. And registration just closed. We just got our final 2 registrants, and it put us at exactly 130. I'm like ecstatic and like, oh my gosh, those moments are so exciting that just like we followed that little voice. It just was for a number, but like God knew, and he knew who was coming, and we picked a number, and that is how many people, I could cry right now. That is how many people are registered and coming. So if it hasn't even happened, and by the time this video plays, it'll be long gone and done. But in this moment of planning, it's just such an encouragement to me and to our team to see that God is in all these little details that we're planning, and we just are praying over this event and all the women that are coming, and so excited to see how God is going to move you through it.
Hi, my name is Malcolm Purdy. Before coming to Evangel, and before moving to Houghton, I had one friend that I could talk to about any serious issue going on in my life. He wasn't a Christian. After coming here, after joining a small group, coming to Men's 33, things like that, I've got a close circle, 5 or 6 really good friends that are Christians, and I can take whatever's on my mind to them, and I know that they're going to have wise counsel for me.
This year we took our first stab at streaming the Men's No Regret conference here. Never done it before here that I'm aware of. I was involved for about 6 years doing it at Grace United Methodist years back. And then it ended, and something that's been on my heart. It was small, about 6 guys, but it was our first step towards something that will hopefully be more. And I do believe God was there in that, because that evening, I ran into 2 guys from Grace who I haven't seen in a long time, who were involved in that, and we got to talking about it, and about bringing them in to reach out to the community, which is what this congregation is all about.
At Evangel Library, also known as the Bob Patterson Resource Center, we're so grateful to have people using our books, whether from our church or from our greater community. We've enjoyed watching people learn the process of checking books in and out. We've enjoyed watching people milling around the library, looking at things to bring home with them. I think our favorite thing to see is when children are coming and they have a whole armful of books, and they go up to their parents and ask, "Hey Mom, can we bring these all home today?" And the parents are like, "Yeah." And so that's been really neat to see. But more than that, we've had a lot of people express their gratitude for the materials that we offer, whether it's a book, an audiobook, a CD, or even a study guide series. So we're just grateful that we can offer this to everyone, and that people seem to enjoy using them.
So our small group took a little while off, and then we just restarted this past year, and with some new couples, and it's been really fun over the past 6 months or so, just to see those new couples get integrated into the small group, and then to get to the point that we're not just discussing sermon questions, but really sharing what's going on in people's lives and being able to really care for them and take care of practical needs as a group. And that's been really exciting to see these people that may have been new to what small groups are, but then to be able to really see people catching that vision and being able to care for them.
Life group made a big change, I guess, this year too. We were maybe not going to have one, and then all of a sudden we had 3 new couples that wanted to be in a life group, and it's been really cool to seeing that grow and seeing them grow individually. And it actually opened up some doors for us to invite one of the couples over to my in-laws' house for Christmas that they wouldn't have had anywhere to go for Christmas, and then their kids were able to come, and so we were able to make that connection, and it was a lot of fun to be able to share that with them. And so now we have some memories, and we're just kind of growing more, and I don't know.
Okay, ladies, you're working in Cubbies together, and where's some place that you see God working in Cubbies, or something that's a highlight for you, that why you're in this ministry?
One of yours. Oh, fun. Okay. Wait. One thing that I've noticed is that when we go through story time, I feel like the children, which we have all boys right now, are really getting it. They go from their verses that they learn at home to saying what the story is, and really, I think, understanding and following along with the pictures and really getting it. So it's fun to see them really understand what the story is saying.
Well, so me and Cindy are doing the verses with the kids, and I don't know about you, but I've been noticing some carryover and some actual memorizing of the verses, which has been really exciting to see. It's a great way for Noah, my son, who's in Cubbies, to make friends that have the same beliefs as him. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it's just it has been exciting to see these little kids and to know that that kids come here even when they're not in preschool and they first, second, third grade, but that it's a place where they can learn about God, and they just have such precious little minds, and they're soaking it all in, and I think God is pleased with that, and it's just really great to be a part of that.
Awesome. I have so many things I could say about the ministry curriculum and the people that serve there. But one highlight, of course, is leading a child to Christ. And I had that experience during this past fiscal year. And it is just an awesome, awesome thing when you see kids, when you see that light bulb come on in their head and they're connecting the story that you're telling them about Christ, and they're connecting it with their heart and their need for salvation. And that's why we do what we do, right? So anyway, that was an awesome experience this summer. And if you're watching this, I just ask that you pray for this ministry and pray for the people that serve in it, and pray that we continue to knit those hearts together with Jesus and his story and the hope of salvation, and that those that these stories are very familiar to would continue to have a fervor and a fire built in them to enjoy and live out their faith. So, thank you.